Okay, so this is a video showing my setup and driving line for the WWT Raceway Park, or I think used to be known as Gateway, in the Truck Series of the NASCAR Heat 4 video game. A lot of things to say about this. I'm going to narrate the lap and stop it a couple of times and point out some things, and then after I have done that, then I'll let it play all the way through, and then we'll talk about the setup. But here we are coming to take the green flag. Um, One of the things I want to point out is right up here there are some marks. There is a 3 road marker. There is a traffic signal, and you can see the wall starts to come out a little bit. Right in that area is where you want to start braking. Now, don't over brake. You brake firmly, but you don't push it all the way to the floor. You brake firmly, and you're in the brake until you get probably to halfway through the turn, about mid corner. See right there, you just heard me pick up the throttle, and I am probably mid corner or later. And when I pick up the throttle in 2, it is hammer down. I am not easing into it. I'm not really trying to roll the corner. I am pretty much going right from brake to throttle. So then if you can stay low coming out of 2, that helps you, and you're staying heavy in the throttle all the way down the backstretch. And then we're going to come up here, and this traffic light is my mark for turn 3. When I see that, I am easy on the brake and off the throttle, and I don't brake hard, but I do feel like I brake for a long time. So I am easy up to somewhere. Oh, I went past it. Let's rewind a little bit. I am probably on the brake until somewhere along in here. And then I am either going to be coasting or I'm going to be easy in the throttle so I can get the truck turned and get it settled, and then I can drop the hammer the rest of the way around. You don't have to be on these red and white stripes all the way around the corner. I think it's important to be low coming out of the corner. You don't necessarily have to be right on them all the way through the corner. I wouldn't want to be real high, but it's more important to be on them and low coming out of the corner than it is to be on them necessarily all the way around the corner. So that is my lap. That is a 33.767. I've ran a 33.681, but I'm not going to pretend that I can run in the 33.6s every lap. I didn't see a whole lot of setups on YouTube or anywhere on the internet about this, so I don't have a point of reference of what other people are running, but I think this is a pretty respectable lap. Couple of things. One is, if you are having a setup at Gateway, it needs to feel tight. If it feels loose, you're going to find you're probably burning the right rear tire off the truck. So if it feels tight, that's probably going to be how you're going to have a setup that lasts, because neutral is probably going to burn the rear tire off. Second is, the 2 big mistakes I think people make at Gateway are, one is they over brake. You don't have to brake as much as you would think, especially if you have a good setup where the car will turn okay. I am not on the brakes extremely hard. I'm not pushing the brake pedal to the floor. It's firm pressure, and then a technique you learn as you get some experience, as you start to ease off the brake as you get closer to the point where you really want to turn the car. So the car will turn better if you have no brake. It'll turn not hardly at all if you're all the way on the brake. So the less brake you have, the easier it is for the car to turn. So you start hitting the brake firmly, then easing off of it as you're getting more into the corner and making the car turn. But I think over braking is one mistake people make. The other one is just plain overdrive in the corner. It's a flat track. You got to slow up a lot for the corners, and I think people just overshoot the corners a lot. So those are the 2 mistakes I make. And again, the setup that feels tight is probably what you need to make it last. So with all that being said, let's get to what the setup is. So here we are. Don't know what all to talk about here. Really went crazy here on this right rebound in an effort to help deal with the car being, I think that was to adjust for tight middle, if I am not mistaken. was all over the place adjusting the weight and the wedge, trying to even out the tire wear, because I was burning the right rear tire off and had to keep fooling around with weight and wedge and everything else to get the tire wear to more even out and last through a full fuel run. Um, the camber settings are not extremely aggressive, but I think that's a little more than what maybe the default is. The reason being you need that to make it turn, and also it is the right rear that tends to burn off here and not the right front. The track bars here, these are pretty high numbers for me for track bars, and a gap of 1.5 between the two of them is a pretty big gap for me. And again, that's being done in an effort to make the truck turn. The brake bias of 90%. Whenever I am at either a road course or a short track where I have to brake a lot, I am going to use a brake bias that's really high up there. It seems like the front brakes are really what stop the vehicle, so putting more onto the front brake is going to help slow it down, and you're not going to have as much of a hard time getting slowed down for the corners. So that's why I'm using the brake bias at 90%. So that is the setup. Hope it is helpful to everybody. I hope you like it. If you've got any questions about it, please leave me a comment and I'll do my best to answer your questions. If there's other tracks you'd like to see a setup for, let me know what track and what series, and I'll be happy to throw up a video on it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and do me one more favor in addition to watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. It means a great deal to me if I can pick up subscribers. Every time I look at my channel and see it, I have picked up subscribers and got more views. It really brightens my day. So thank you guys for the support, and I appreciate it. And hope this helps you turn some fast laps at Gateway.